Hello everybody, we would like to present the most common stereotypes about doing business in Russia. Like any other nation, Russians have certain traits that make up their cultural specifics. And we interviewed several international students from different countries, from Finland, the Netherlands, Ireland, Mexico, and Brazil. And we found out the stereotypes are almost similar among representatives of these countries.
The first thing they noted is that Russians always take care of their appearance, regardless of whether they go to a business meeting or just to a party. Some people notice that Russians are cold and they do not ask how are you just for politeness, only if they are really interested in it. And what is more important, that Russian people do not like cooperating with people from the West. And also, if you want to make a business in Russia or just work with Russians, you need to learn Russian language, otherwise you will not be accepted by Russians and they will not trust you. Actually, I think that's kind of opposite right here.
As for popular stereotypes about Russia, many talk about gender inequality with career growth here, that it's harder for women to break into business world than for men. And many also believe that Russian people drink a lot doing business, for example, discussing something with partners or trying to achieve any agreement. So it seems important for foreign people if they also can drink a lot doing business with Russian partners. But actually, we don't quite agree with such stereotypes, and we will tell you about it later.
One more popular stereotype in Europe about Russia is that building a business in Russia, when you build it, you will often deal with government much more than in any other country. And you must be prepared for it and know how everything is working and how everything is arranged, otherwise, you will burn out simply with your business.
Everybody also said at least something about bureaucracy and that Russia is full of corruption, especially in its government, but also in its people. And they believe that if you want to start to do business here, you need to know how it works to manage it, otherwise, you will not even start. And it's also hard, in their opinions, to start small or medium-sized business here just because of high level of bureaucracy.
And finally, there is own culture, own Russian culture that you need to understand that all Russian people understand, but not foreigners. And this is the main reason that foreigners are kind of afraid to start business in Russia because they find it hard to understand Russian culture. Also, it is important in Russia to be a strong person with a nice personality rather than being a soft person. Yeah, and actually, what do Russian people think about it?
So we asked some Russian guys what they think about the stereotypes, and we found out that they strongly disagree that Russian people don't like cooperating with people from West. Moreover, we would like to add that intercultural work experience is even valuable now. And they also disagree with such statements that there are a lot of unwritten laws in Russia that everybody knows, but not foreigners. In our opinion, these stereotypes are completely wrong. Um, as for the fact that Russian businessmen drink a lot during business, this is also wrong in a certain way. Perhaps Russian people can drink a lot, but we don't do it during business meetings. And as for gender inequality, actually, Russia has one of the highest number of female business leaders in the world, according to one international news agency, Reuters. And we also would like to add from our side that rising gender diversity in all spheres is a strong trend here.
For bureaucracy, in the latest Doing Business ranking from the World Bank, you will see Russia being ahead of many European and all other BRICS countries with overall rank of 31. China for insurance is 46, India 77, Luxembourg 66, and Netherlands 46. Russians themselves are surprised by these statistics and the level of governments and financial services that become available for small and medium business lately. In a couple of years, things have changed dramatically here. You can simply register a company on the internet with a full banking support, and in the end of financial year, you can just click on the internet and get a full file of tax. Actually, this is helps to drive Russian economy and create new entrepreneurs who can try their new ideas, maybe fail, but then try again.